You're sitting in a cramped cubicle, watching the clock tick toward 5 p.m. Your lunch was a sad sandwich you didn't even enjoy, stolen moments stolen by endless emails. Outside, the city pulses with life, but your bank account barely budges. This is the slow grind, the so-called financial plan you've been fed since school. Work hard, save small, retire late. But what if the whole setup is rigged? What if retiring at 65 isn't the finish line, but a trap? Imagine breaking free, living rich now, not decades away. That's where the Millionaire Fastlane takes you. But first, what's the catch? Let's pull back the curtain. Everyone is told to follow the slow lane: grind, save, wait. It sounds safe, but masks a brutal truth that steals your youth. Here's why the slow lane fails most people, and why it's the worst place to park your dreams. MJ DeMarco tells the story of a man named Tom who obediently saved 10% of his income for 30 years. Every year, Tom skipped vacations, brewed cheap coffee, and said no to almost everything fun. At age 65, he finally had $1 million. But Tom was exhausted, broken in spirit, and decades away from the vibrant, adrenaline-filled life he once dreamed of. The cliffhanger? Most realized their fortune too late, and it's not just money they lost. DeMarco paints money growth like a Ferrari, not a piggy bank. The slow lane's penny-pinching strategy is like putting coins in a piggy bank, slow and steady, but painfully slow. The fast lane, in contrast, is about accelerating cash flow like flooring a gas pedal on a highway. You don't wait decades for interest. Your wealth engines roar live, fueled by control, speed, and smart business moves. The surprise? Retiring at 65, rich or not, means the most energetic, curious, and adventurous chapters of your life are behind you. The fast lane shifts the game. It's not about scraping by for decades, it's about creating conditions to live like a millionaire now asterisk, engulfed in experience, not waiting for someday that might never feel satisfying. Before you can outrun the slow lane, you need to spot the sidewalkers, the lost souls addicted to consumption and comfort, halfway to a financial abyss. It's easy to fall into their trap. Here's what MJ identified as the real danger lurking beneath your spending habits. DeMarco recounts a young couple from Dallas, Kayla and James, whose wages vanished before payday. They owned the latest smartphones, took weekly dinners out, and always had the newest gadgets. But their credit card balances ballooned, and their emergency fund was zero. When an unexpected car repair hit, they spiraled into debt faster than they could blink. Their story is a warning. Consumption without control is a ticking time bomb. Think of credit cards like a flashy carnival ride. You get to spin and enjoy thrills now, but the ride spits you out with a bill that's heavier than your wallet expected. The sidewalk is fueled by buying on credit and living beyond means, trapping people in a cycle of seeking instant joy while the future silently collapses beneath them. The punchline? Appearance fooled Kayla and James. Their lives looked rich on Instagram, but their net worth was negative. Debt dressed up as wealth masks the real financial disaster. DeMarco's message: real wealth requires disciplined spending and avoiding the sidewalk's seductive trap. Ready to flip the script? The fast lane isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, it's a mindset and a system. MJ breaks down the core pillars that let you build wealth while you're still young enough to enjoy it. Let's unpack those engines. DeMarco introduces us to a software developer named Sarah. Fed up with paycheck-to-paycheck life, Sarah launched a digital side hustle selling useful apps. She owned the platform, set the rules, and reinvested profits to grow. Owning the money machine gave Sarah freedom and massive leverage. The cliffhanger: owning control means you're not dependent on bosses, markets, or random luck. Imagine a tiny campfire. It's cozy but small. Now picture a wildfire racing through a forest. That's leverage scale. The fast lane uses systems, automation, and replication to turn small efforts into vast wealth. DeMarco says it's not hours traded for dollars, but building engines that work while you sleep, doubling and tripling impact. And time, DeMarco calls it the ultimate luxury. Most spend decades trading hours for dollars, the slow lane's deadly exchange. Fastlaners structure their business and life so time breeds money, not the other way around. The payoff: real wealth isn't money in a bank, it's freedom to live, explore, create, right now. MJ DeMarco isn't vague about wealth-building rules. He carves out 5 commandments that guarantee Fastlane success or warn you away from doom. These are your North Star. Let's peek at 2 to ignite your journey. One story DeMarco shares is of a company selling niche medical devices. They faced massive regulatory hurdles, high knowledge barriers, and tons of R&D before launching. Most competitors never made it past entry, but because of these barriers, the company enjoyed near monopoly profits. The lesson? Sometimes the hardest doors to open lead you to the richest rooms. The cliffhanger: are you willing to sweat where others quit? MJ calls wealth a byproduct of solving needs, not wants. He cites Febreze. Initially a flop odor remover, it skyrocketed when repositioned as a cleaning reward, solving a deeper psychological itch. Your Fastlane venture should hunt unmet needs, not flashy wants. The trick? Real problems pay real money. This isn't magic, it's market truth. Finally, time. Fastlaners bust its curse by designing businesses that don't chain them to the clock. DeMarco warns: treat time like a high-interest loan, don't spend it recklessly trading dollars per hour. The payoff? Wealth is born when time becomes your servant, not your master. This updated edition drops fresh truth for today's game changers: crypto, blockchain, and digital wealth engines. The Fastlane adapts, but principles stay rock solid. Let's see how Bitcoin-era tools can launch your ride. DeMarco highlights a crypto entrepreneur, Alina, who launched an NFT marketplace. She didn't wait for permission or big institutions. Using blockchain's decentralized power, she built and scaled on her terms. The control she wielded meant faster decisions, bigger profits, and no suit-wearing gatekeepers. The cliffhanger? How much power are you ready to claim when central forces relax their grip? Digital wealth isn't limited by geography or stock shelves. DeMarco explains it like water flooding steps of a dam. Once unleashed, it finds new channels, growing rapidly. Digital assets, tokens, apps, memberships can be copied, scaled, sold worldwide instantly. This infinite multiplier is a Fastlane dream far beyond physical product limits. But crypto's volatility is a double-edged sword. Fastlaners treat it like fire. It can cook or burn. DeMarco advises mastering emotional control and risk management, never betting the farm but positioning for outsized rewards. The payout? Knowing when to speed and when to brake keeps the Fastlane alive and thrill-packed. Remember Tom in his cubicle? The difference between him and Sarah, Kayla, or Alina wasn't magic, it was mindset and method. To kickstart your Fastlane, pick one small control point. Start a side hustle, save with purpose, or spot a real need waiting to be fixed. Fastlane isn't about luck, it's about owning your choices, accelerating wealth, and living large now. So tonight, as you unwind, ask yourself, what's one bold step you'll take tomorrow? Because living rich isn't an eventuality, it's a decision you make today. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.